So, taking your time here to settle in and to find a comfortable position. And as I mentioned, I feel sort of drawn towards exploring a practice or exploring how we might adapt our practice for when we're feeling tired. And I think the first point to do, perhaps as we're settling into something or deciding, is to really take a moment to check in with oneself. Now, clearly, if someone's exhausted, then probably lying down and having a nap is better. But there will be times when maybe we're just feeling off kilter a little bit tired. Maybe we haven't slept well. Maybe we've had a busy day. So, of course, one option can be to do a sort of shorter practice as well. So we can take these first few moments just to check in with how we are. So as you kind of find a comfortable seat, taking some moments to notice where you're feeling this tired energy in the body. And if today you're practicing here and you're not necessarily feeling tired, but maybe checking in if there's another type of sort of mood or energy that's really present for you. And you can take these same steps to check in with yourself, to notice where this energy or lack of energy is showing up in the body. So for me, I can notice tiredness, particularly in the face and in the eyes. So for me, I'm going to explore this part of my body and just draw my attention up real close to the sensations in the eyes and the face. And for you, it might be a different part of the body, but the same invitation is to bring your attention close up to these sensations. And this sort of process of recognizing what it is and where it is in the body, and then this kind of bringing our attention really close up, we're going through this process of allowing what is here to be here. So we can be curious about these sensations. What is this? maybe in your mind, you might even gently note and name some of the sensations that you're noticing. For me, it might be heavy, pulling, dragging. Noticing what's present for you. Just resting your attention in the sensations, gently noting, and also just becoming aware if a story arises from this noting, from the sensations. Seeing if we can gently let go of the story once we've noticed it and come back to just resting with the sensations. So this process of allowing is kind of like making peace with how we are, accepting the tiredness or whatever the energy is for you. Almost with a sense of, this is how it is. This is how the body is right now. And with a sense of, this is okay. It's okay to be this way in this moment. So we're not resisting or fighting or wishing for it to be any different. We're just spending a moment with, this is how it is. So once we've recognized what's here and allowed it to be so, and this kind of checking in, maybe we do decide to adjust our position. And so of course if we are tired, it may be sensible to come into a lying down position. If we fall asleep, we fall asleep. But if we're wanting to meditate for a little bit longer, maybe we come into a standing position if we wish to. Or maybe we can just adjust our seated position so that we're sitting nice and upright, but maybe still with some support in the lower back. So we want to be kind to the body through this. So not sitting too rigid, but allowing the body to soften the muscles around the frame of the skeleton. It may also help from time to time to gently open the eyes or just hold a soft gaze, particularly if we're tired and we sort of feel we're drifting. we're feeling sleepy. Taking a moment just to open the eyes gently, rest our gaze, and either staying that way or coming back into eyes closed. And knowing that you can then just move between the two, just to support yourself. Many meditations encourage having eyes open, so it's quite a common practice. So it can help us tap into a sense of wakefulness, alertness. So another thing we can draw on, if we're practicing meditating when we're feeling tired or feeling a particular energy, is to bring some mindful movement in. And interestingly, this can work both ways. So if we're feeling sleepy or tired in the body, bringing a little bit of mindful movement in can just help us shift a little bit in energy, enabling us to maybe sit for a little longer. And also, if the body is feeling restless or agitated, or there's some high energy, we can also bring some mindful movement in to again bring this shift in energy to help the body feel softer and a little calmer. So if that's something you wish to do, you could do so. And it could just be a little free flow of movement. Maybe it's just a few shoulder rolls. Maybe it's just a gentle leaning the head to the left, stretching out the neck, and then to the other side. So here you could really just tap into, how does my body feel? Where would it benefit to move a little, to stretch a little? Maybe a gentle rotation of the ankles or the wrists. Stretching out the fingers or the toes. And whatever movement you invite your body to do, keeping the mind with it, so keeping those movements conscious, nice and steady, aware of all the different sensations as you move. And you could do this mindful movement for as long or as short a time as you wish. Eventually and gradually, just whenever you feel ready, just slowing down the movements, eventually coming into more of a still position. And then we can also check in. Being curious, noticing the sensations in the body, even if it's been a really tiny amount of movement. Just noticing how the body's responded to that. What sensations do we notice at this point? Maybe even bringing your attention back to that particular area in the body that we started with. How do those sensations feel now, after a little shifting, a little movement, opening and closing the eyes? Do those sensations feel the same, similar, or different? Maybe even checking in with that energy level overall. Has it shifted at all? Does it feel worse or better? And with this thing of just continually checking in and having this awareness of ourselves and our body, we could, for example, say, oh, well, do you know what? Now at this point, I really need to lie down. And kind of making that decision to do that. Or maybe you feel that energy's lifted a little. And actually feels okay to sit just a little bit longer. So we'll try one more thing here. And that's how we pay attention to the breath. Now, if your energy is low, you're feeling a little bit tired, a little bit sleepy, not too well maybe, or lethargic, focusing your attention on each in-breath can help you sort of focus on this more upward energy. Now, if you're finding that your energy wants to calm a little, so you're feeling sort of the opposite, maybe more restless, agitated, then you could focus more on the out breath, just to help bring that energy down a little. So checking in with your energy levels and then choosing to focus on the in-breath or the out-breath. And we'll do that for a little while and just notice how you are. So if you're focusing on the in-breath, you might pay attention to the coolness, the freshness at the nostrils each time you breathe in. Each time you breathe in, you might notice a gentle lift or expansion in the body. Or if you're focusing more on the out breath, you might become aware of the sensations of gravity, the body relaxing and releasing on each breath. And you might just want to take some moments at the end of that, just focusing on the in-breath and the out-breath, just to have a sense of balance. And then just taking the last few moments just to check in once more as we start to gently draw the practice to a close. Perhaps checking in with that part of the body that you focused on earlier. How do the sensations feel there now? Checking in with the whole body, just noticing if it's the same, similar or different. And then just lastly here, offering in yourself, towards yourself, some compassion and kindness. Maybe placing a hand somewhere on the body, maybe on the heart space or on the tummy, or holding a hand. And just offering yourself a sense of, it's okay to be just as you are. Whatever's present just now, whether it's tiredness, restlessness, sadness, or joy, anything at all. It's okay. And however you've shown up, knowing that it's wonderful that you've taken this time to practice. And whether you decide at this point, yeah, definitely got to go for the nap, great. Or maybe you've got a little boost in energy and actually, I can carry on for a bit longer, doing my tasks, whatever needs to be done. Okay, and then just coming back to your breath, and we'll notice the breath for a breath in and a breath out, and we'll bring this practice to a close. And taking your time just to gently shift from the practice. And opening the eyes whenever you feel ready. Lovely. Thank you for your practice.